the historical imagination, the end of a great pirate is written in the same ink with which he marks the sea: blood. Blackbeard dies in savage hand-to-hand combat off North Carolina. His severed head hung from the bowsprit while the sea keeps his body. William Kidd swings in London, Calico Jack in Port Royal, and Black Bart falls in battle. The verdict seems eternal. Sooner or later, the state always claims the final word. Yet far from the Caribbean, among the islands, estuaries, and muddy waters of South China, one woman breaks that pattern. Zheng Yi Sao does more than reach the summit of pirate power. She recognizes the moment when the summit is becoming an abyss. She ends her war while she still has the strength to bargain, turns violence into political leverage, and leaves the sea alive, wealthy, and free. Then she lives for nearly 3 more decades. The scale alone is staggering. At his height, Blackbeard commands 4 ships and a little over 300 men. By 1804, the alliance built by Zheng Yi Sao's husband, Zheng Yi, brings together about 400 junks and perhaps 50,000 to 70,000 people. In 1805, its captains form 6 colored fleets. This is not one navy in the Western sense, but a vast confederation of mobile squadrons bound by shared profit, shared rules, and shared authority. After Zheng Yi dies in 1807, Zheng Yi Sao takes supreme political control, while Zhang Bao commands the Red Fleet at sea. That fleet alone holds more than 300 junks, and perhaps 20,000 to 40,000 people. Richard Glasspool later estimates the entire alliance at roughly 800 large vessels and nearly 1,000 smaller craft. This is no gang in the shadows, but a floating state with registers, taxes, passes, laws, and a common treasury. Her world is forged in Guangdong, where population growth, scarce land, disasters, taxes, and corrupt officials squeeze the coast. On the Pearl River live tanka fishing and boat-dwelling communities, legally freed from hereditary low status, but still trapped by prejudice and poverty. Not every tanka becomes a pirate, and not every pirate is tanka. Yet where Qing rule cannot master every inlet, fishing, smuggling, and piracy blur together. Life aboard Chinese junks also gives women a different place from that found in many Atlantic crews. Entire families live on the water. Wives, mothers, and daughters work, watch cargoes, keep accounts, and read danger. The sea promises them no power, but it does not make power unimaginable. Zheng Yi Sao is probably born around 1775 and is often called Xu Yang, though even that name is uncertain. Beyond it, the early sources fade into fog. Later stories place her on a Canton flower boat, a floating brothel where she supposedly learns to read wealthy merchants and powerful men. It is a perfect beginning for a legend, but not a secure fact. We do not know where she acquires her gift for negotiation, trade, and cold pragmatism. We know only that in 1801 she marries Zheng Yi, an ambitious pirate leader whose family has long been tied to raiding along the southern coast. Zheng Yi is no common bandit. He serves as a privateer under Vietnam's Tai Son dynasty, then returns to Guangdong when it collapses. Legend claims Xi Yang refuses to become a trophy and demands an equal voice and half the profits before marriage. No contemporary source preserves such a contract. What is supported is that she helps organize his rise. Soon, Zheng Yi Sao, simply Zheng Yi's wife, becomes a name that means power. Between 1802 and 1805, returning pirate bands fight over harbors, plunder, and routes. Zheng Yi and his wife see what others do not. Civil war consumes men and supplies while the Qing fleet waits. In summer 1805, they persuade the leading captains to form 6 great fleets beneath colored banners. Yesterday's enemies do not become friends. They understand that together they can earn more, resist longer, and make the coast obey. Zheng Yi becomes the Confederation's public face, mediator, and supreme war leader. Behind him, Zheng Yi Sao builds its invisible skeleton. Agreements become administration, plunder becomes accounting, fear becomes obedience. The surviving code enters the record after Zheng Yi's death and is linked to Zhang Bao, while she stands above the fleets and enforces control. Legend simplifies the authorship, but the system is brutally clear. A pirate who leaves his station may have his ears pierced before the fleet. Repeated desertion can mean death. Captured goods enter a common register. Only 20% stays with the captor, while 80% goes to the shared fund, and theft from it is punishable by death. Even supplies must be requested in writing from the ship's clerk, the master of ink and writing. Violence now has an accountant, and discipline has a public theater. The rules punish sexual violence against captive women and unauthorized marriage, but this is no charter of women's rights. Captives remain prisoners, ransomed or sold. Taking rice, wine, or goods without payment from communities supplying the fleet can bring death. Pirate protection lasts only while it serves pirate power. The code does not abolish cruelty. It measures and directs it, turning brutality into a system able to survive defeat. On 16th November 1807, the sea opens a chasm beneath that system. Zheng Yi dies at 42, and the earliest account says only that a violent storm kills him. Later versions add murder or a fall overboard, but the truth sinks with him. The confederation trembles. Its captains are tied by family, profit, and fear, yet remain partly independent. Convention expects the widow to withdraw in chastity and obedience. Zheng Yi Sao moves the other way. She wins over Zheng Yi's relatives, balances the fleet commanders, and secures the Red Fleet with Zhang Bao. Captured at 15, he becomes Zheng Yi's protege, adopted son, and probably his lover. She gives him command of the fighting force, but keeps supremacy. Their political partnership turns intimate, and later becomes an officially recognized marriage. It crosses powerful taboos, but seals the most dangerous gap in the succession. Zhang Bao is not a puppet with a sword. He plans attacks, commands ships, and earns loyalty through courage. Yet testimony says he follows Zheng Yi Sao's orders and consults her before acting. She controls registers, rewards, punishment, supply, and alliances. He is the blade of the Red Fleet, but she chooses its direction. Together, they harness religion, using a floating temple and favorable omens to make strategy appear blessed by the gods. In 1808, Qing commander Lin Guoliang sails into a trap. A small pirate force draws him forward. Hidden junks close the circle, and battle rages from morning to night. 3 imperial vessels sink, 15 are captured, and Lin takes his own life. A month later, calm winds strand another Qing squadron. Pirates swim to the ships with swords beneath their arms, and seize 6 by boarding. The chronicle does not credit every maneuver to Zheng Yi Sao. The victories continue into 1809. 14 Qing ships are lost in one engagement. Later, Zhang Bao attacks Admiral Xu Tinggui with 200 junks and takes 25 more. Behind the banners works a darker machine. To feed tens of thousands, the Confederation turns terror into revenue. Villages surrender rice, silver, and protection money. Those that comply may live. Those that resist or hide food watch their boats, markets, and homes burn. When Qing authorities try to sever supply, the war moves ashore. Pirate columns strike settlement after settlement along the Pearl River. Nearly 1,000 people die in one attack, while a later estimate links Guopadai's 6-week campaign to roughly 10,000 deaths. The figure is an estimate, not a complete roll of the dead, but its meaning is clear. This is no romantic rebellion against authority. It is a war paid for by coastal communities. From that bloody year comes Richard Glasspool, an officer on the East India Company ship Marquis of Ely. A storm drives his boat from Macau, and pirates capture him with 7 sailors on 21st September. Captivity lasts 11 weeks and 3 days. He describes junks crawling with rats, rice boiled with caterpillars, and decks where bodies, cannon, and cargo crowd together. Hunger dulls disgust. Every breath carries powder, sweat, and stagnant water. Glasspool watches pirates swim ashore with swords under their arms, burn a settlement, and board imperial ships. Men, women, and children are killed. A commander promises $20 for every head, but pays only $10. One pirate wears 2 severed heads by their braided hair. The commander's wife sprinkles garlic water to ward off bullets, though a later translator assumes she is Zheng Yi Sao. Even eyewitness evidence blurs at the edges. Victory does not make the Qing helpless. The court turns the blade into a noose: blockade, supply bans, village militias, and pardons. In late 1809, Macau provides 6 Portuguese ships, while the East India Company supplies ammunition, but no vessels for the direct blockade. Near Lantau, fire ships drift toward the pirate junks. Long poles push them aside, the wind betrays the attackers, and Zhang Bao tears a path back to open sea. It is not a crushing defeat, but the sea no longer belongs to the Confederation. Embargo bites into supply, famine grips Guangdong, villages organize, and amnesty becomes a weapon. Guo Podai, leader of the Black Fleet and an old rival of Zhang Bao, refuses to aid the blockaded Red Fleet. Their alliance ruptures. Zhang loses 16 ships, and 300 captured men are killed. In January 1810, Guo accepts a Qing rank, reward, and pardon. Here, Zheng Yi Sao makes the choice that separates her story from the gallows. Courage is not staying at the table until everything is gone. Her power is declining, but has not vanished. If she waits, she will bargain with the memory of a fleet instead of the fleet itself. Governor General Bai Ling offers extermination and pacification, destruction for the stubborn, an open door for those who disarm. She tests the price of peace. The first talks stall. Zhang Bao wants to keep 5,000 men and 80 ships, enter the salt trade, and hunt the remaining pirates. Bai Ling refuses a state within the state. Then Zheng Yi Sao takes the risk herself, arguing that she cannot show less courage than an official who entered pirate waters without an army. She goes to Canton with a few pirate wives and children. She walks within reach of the law that could behead her. Her gamble saves the talks. On 20th April 1810, the fleet arrives near Furangsha and begins to surrender. Qing officials count 17,318 people, including 5,000 women and children, and between 226 and 280 junks. Sources disagree over the blood price. One account names 14 executions, another 126. What is certain is that most receive pardons. A floating society is not destroyed. It is disarmed, registered, fed, paid, and absorbed. Zhang Bao receives naval rank, a subsidy, and orders to pursue yesterday's allies. The government recognizes his marriage to Zheng Yi Sao, who leaves alive, wealthy, and free. He rises in Qing service and dies of illness in 1822. She returns to Guangdong with their son, secures the standing due an officer's wife, and defends the family property. Stories that she runs a gambling house remain unproven. In 1844, she dies at about 69. Her greatness lies not only in the number of ships beneath her banners, but in what she does with power. She turns violence into organization, organization into leverage, and leverage into an exit. Piracy is never a romantic oath to the sea. It is a means. When that means threatens the goal, she abandons it and chooses the future. Zheng Yi Sao does not defeat the state forever. She forces it to pardon her people and let her walk away. The sea swallows countless pirates. Zheng Yi Sao is among the few who leave before it can swallow her. If her story has made you see piracy from a different angle, tell me in the comments which notorious pirate should step into our next tale. You can continue with the other pirate episodes appearing on screen now. Until then, subscribe to the channel, light the torch of knowledge, and walk with me, through centuries, through shadows, toward the next great story.